Hello Team 2, I thought that I would read you a story. Now our theme for this week is the snail and the whale, and we're doing postcards, aren't we? So I thought that maybe we could have a look at the snail and the whale together. Are you ready for our story? So, this is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big grey-blue humpback whale. This is the rock as black as soot. And this is the snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. As she gazed and sniffed and sighed, "The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail," said the tiny snail. These are the other snails in the flock that all stuck tight to the big black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wriggle, stay still, stay put." But the tiny sea snail sighed and sniffed. Then cried, "I've got it, I'll hitch a lift." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, can you see it? "Lift wanted around the world." Ooh. This is the whale that came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright, a humpback whale immensely long who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral cave and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the sea and he said to the snail, "Come sail with me." This is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail. Two towering icebergs and far off lands. With fiery mountains and golden sands. These are the waves that arched and crashed and foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Oh. These are the caves beneath the waves, where stripy fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam round the whale and the snail on his tail. This is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, and sometimes filled with a thunderstorm, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. There he is in the zigzag lightning that's flashing and frightening. Can you see him on the tail? Ah! And she gazed at the sky and the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all, and she said to the whale, "I feel so small." But then came the day the snail lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigzagging, zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. No, what's happened? This is the tide slipping away. Oh no. And this is the whale lying beached in the bay. "Quick, off to the sand, back to the sea," cried the snail. "Oh, I can't move on land, Snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then, "I've got it," she cried, and she started to crawl. "I must not fail, I must not fail," said the tiny snail. What's going to happen? I think a lot of us know. This is a good one. We like this one, don't we? This is the bell in the school in the day, ringing the children in from their play. You can see the teacher, ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, oh, it sounds like me, "Sit straight, don't talk." And this is the blackboard, as black as soot. And this is the snail with the itchy foot. Can you see? What's it saying? "A snail, a snail!" The teacher turns pale. "Look," says the children, "it's leaving a trail." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, what does it say? Saying, "Save the whale!" These are the children running from school, fetching the fireman, digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Look, everybody's out from the town to try and save the whale. Digging a hole, spraying him with water to keep him nice and cool. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, "Hooray!" as the whale and the snail travel safely away. And there they are, traveling, and everybody's happy on the beach. Woohoo! Yeah! Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, "Oh, how time's flown! Haven't you grown?" to the whale and the snail, and they told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral reefs and shooting stars in enormous waves, and how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the great big grey blue humpback whale. Oh, I love the Snail and the Whale. It's one of my boys' favourites and we read it fairly often. Did you enjoy that? I enjoyed reading it to you guys. So good luck with your writing this week. I'll be checking in with you on Thursday and Friday to see how you've done. You're all doing incredibly well and I miss you all lots. See you soon, guys.